What up, you guys? Why should you invest your money? If you're just the average working person, why should you even think about generational wealth, or why should you even think about trust funds or investing if you're barely making it in life? This EB, what's going on, you guys? I'm from Compton, Dum Diddy Dum City, where I'm from. You know, I always bring it to you guys from my heart. Bring you guys facts, information about money. My YouTube channel is called Family Cash Machine. Follow the money, because when you guys follow the money, you'll find a different reason of some of the historic and current events today that you see on the news. Once you follow the money, it's a whole different story. Trust me. So let's go into it, you guys. Why is it so important, if you're barely struggling, to think about the future? I have lived in a foreign country for approximately 4 years. In Dominican Republic, I learned a lot in that country because they don't have EBT, they don't have Section A, they don't have Social Security, they don't have unemployment. A lot of things that we take for granted in the United States, they don't have. And because they have so much corruption in their government, we have corruption too, but we have multi-trillion-dollar and multi-million-dollar companies that bribe our congressmen. So it doesn't, we don't see it as much as in those foreign countries where they have outright blatant corruption from different countries that give money to the third world countries, whether it's Africa, whether it's South America. A lot of the political people don't even let it get down to the people for even to fix the streets. So that corruption is a whole different level. But back into my subject, that most of us think that, oh, I'm barely making it. I don't have enough extra money. I might be barely making my bills, and I don't have the means or resources to invest. And why should I even worry about investing? Why should I even worry about trying to create generational wealth? Hey, I'm just trying to make it. That's the wrong attitude to have. And when I'm in these foreign countries, these third world countries, these people only think about today. And I get it. I understand their mindset. I understand why they'll do things just for today. They don't think about tomorrow because they're surviving. They're trying to survive. They don't have the vision of what's going to be tomorrow. Hey, I'm just trying to eat today. So when you live in a desperate country like that, when you live day to day, you don't really have an opportunity to develop any vision. So I get it why these people are so, today, get today. And I've seen them blow several deals because they're trying to make all their money on one deal, and they don't even think about reoccurring customers because they're so happy to see a potential deal. They get so greedy and their eyeballs just get so big to where they end up overpricing it to where they don't make no money. And I see that time and time again. I've seen so many Dominicans where they have a potential deal and then they get greedy and try to make all the money in one time and then end up blowing the deal. I see that so many times. And it's because of their desperation, and it's because of their eagerness to make money, and because of their deprivation. And they don't realize we got to eat tomorrow too. Give you an example. A friend of mine had a girlfriend, moved her in from Dominican, gave her a great life, bought her medical insurance, had a baby by her and everything, and took care of her for 9 months, bought her a vehicle. I mean, the whole nine. And then one day, she came and took everything from me, because she's only thinking about today. She's not thinking about tomorrow. Now, they still have a child together. But because she had never saw that type of furniture, her family could never afford that kind of stuff. So she allowed her mother to talk her into taking it all and left the guy, and they still have a child together. But again, that furniture was probably worth about $7,500 or so. They had never seen that much in one time. The average income in that family is probably about $200 to $500 a month. But again, this is desperation. This is the poor man's mindset of take it today and don't worry about tomorrow. And you don't want to have that mindset. Okay, now back to the subject at hand. If you guys have credit cards, I remember when I first got out my divorce, I had a credit card and I didn't realize I had this credit card. And I got out my divorce. I had a lot of resources. I was doing real estate. I was making a lot of money. But when the economy crashed, I lost a lot of money. And as a result of the financial challenge, it cost me my marriage. And, my ex-wife didn't want to wait to recover. Even though I did recover, she thought it was the doomsday. She thought it was over with. But anyway, long story short, that's because of the lack of vision. I bounced back harder than I did when I was having money in real estate. I came back strong. But anyway, my point is that people lack vision. And you have to have vision to be able to even consider the thought of generational wealth. You can't just think about today. Oh, I only make enough to have $200 extra a month after all my bills are paid, and I still have to enjoy myself. No, that's the wrong thought. Because again, like I said, when I had that credit card, I invested in Indian hair back in 2013, and I started selling hair like I was selling crack cocaine. Trust me, it was popping. I had a great connection on here. My business partner, Gerald Duncan, shout out to Gerald Duncan, former NBA player. He went to India. And I knew the business because I helped several guys in that business who had 2 stores go to 13 different stores. So I had the corporate side, the business side. I understood business and corporations and trust funds, and I understood loans and corporate loans. So I took that business and I took it to a whole nother level because I was able to take my credit and leverage that credit to create income. And this is what I'm talking about. Don't worry about, oh, we don't have the money to invest. There's people right now who bought $89 worth of Bitcoin when Bitcoin first started and forgot about it. And some 7-8 years later, $29 worth of Bitcoin. You can go Google this. This guy bought $29 worth of Bitcoin for a school project. He forgot about it. He turned around some 6-7 years later, it was worth $800,000. So you don't need a whole lot to invest and think about the future. There's another girl that went to school with me, went to Compton High. I played football with her brother. Her brother actually was a year under me. And she worked for Microsoft when Microsoft first started. And Microsoft gave shares to all of its employees when they first started. She's a multimillionaire right now, Danielle. She's a multimillionaire because of that small stake that she had in that company. Now, today, you got hundreds of AI companies that's starting with some of the most innovative technology and creations that we've ever seen on this planet. And it's just pennies right now for you guys to get in those companies. Pennies. I mean, we spend more on marijuana. We spend more on going to the movies. We spend more on going out partying, going to clubs. We spend more on Indian hair. We spend more on liquor and beauty supplies and clothes. A pair of Jordans could be an investment. Just one pair of Jordans that you bought. You can say, you know what? I'm not going to buy a pair this month. Or if you guys are buying Jordans like every 3-4 months, stop 1 month and say, I'm going to take this Jordan money and I'm going to invest in some stocks. I'm going to invest in some crypto. Because I see some cryptos right now that you can get for $100. You can get over 10,000 of Hex coins. For $100, you can get a couple 100 million of some of these other coins like Shiba Inu. There's coins that's going to have future value. Okay, even a Bitcoin, even a Ethereum right now is only $2,000 for one, and that coin could eventually be very, very expensive in the future because it has so much functionality. But if you don't got $2,000, let's say you only got $100, you can buy $100 worth of Bitcoin every month, and I guarantee you, in 10 years, you'll have more money than a 401k. So it's not impossible. It's just that you're not entertaining the thought. Okay. Remember this, wherever thought goes, energy flows. So if you start entertaining the thought, I'm going to be the first one to create generational wealth in my family. Let's say you just had a life insurance and you paid $300-400 a month on your life insurance. It's really death insurance. One thing is for sure, you're going to die. We're all going to die one day. But life insurance alone has catapulted families into wealth. But we're not thinking like that. So don't think that you don't have enough resources to start entertaining the thoughts of investing and generational wealth. Hey, you guys, I got a lot of ebooks. I also got some courses that you guys can start learning more about wealth. Grab my link in my profile. Like, push the likes, push the likes, push the likes, so more people can get this information.